Hello, Aries. Welcome to your January 2023 tarot card and astrology readings. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for being here. For those of you who are new, my name is Jane. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you for joining with me on this wonderful new journey this year. So as always, these monthly readings are separated into two segments. So the first segment is the tarot card reading, which is much more intuitive. And the second portion is the astrology section. Now, please feel free to watch these for your sun, moon, or rising sign. However, I do recommend your rising sign for the astrology portion just so you can get a more accurate viewpoint on what your transits are actually going to be. And don't forget that if you are a member on my website, janeinternational.com, that you'll be able to log on and access the comprehensive readings as always. And if you're not a member and would like to join, you are more than welcome to do that as well. Or you're also free to just do a one-time single purchase of the comprehensive reading, just like we've always done. So let's go ahead and get into these readings for the month. Thank you again. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in just a sec. Hello, Aries. Welcome to your January 2023 tarot card reading. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started with a card from my intuitive deck just to open up the channel here. Okay. I feel like there are a lot of roads in front of you, but they're all leading you to the exact same place. And it's just a matter of initiating the walk down that road. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to be so worried and so concerned about the consequences of anything. It's like, just do something. I'm not saying that you're sitting here idle doing absolutely nothing. It's just that when Jupiter officially re-enters into your sign December 20th. So December, end of December, on in through January, February, March, and April, and a little bit of May, we have these beautiful Jupiterian blessings that are going to really want you to expand. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to get out of situations that are no longer of service to you. And the problem with Jupiter, now I love Jupiter. Jupiter's great. But the problem is that he can also magnify a lot of stuff. So if there's something that you're not willing to budge on, or you're not willing to evolve with, or whatever the case may be, he's going to amplify your problem. So that's why movement, I think, is so necessary. That's why, would you rather amplify a problem or delve into the unknown of expansion? That's really the choice, I think, that's sitting right before Aries, right? Magnify the problem or expand. Choice is yours. I think the expansion makes a lot more sense. It certainly will make you feel happier and more content. And like I'm saying, you don't actually really have to be afraid of anything. You may have a whole laundry list of all the reasons why you should be nervous about it, but at the end of the day, I don't really think any of those things are going to come to fruition. Let's see what else comes out for Aries. What else does the universe need from you for January 2023? We have the Hermit. Okay. There is an element of solitude and contemplation here, where you're going to have maybe what we would call a come to Jesus moment with yourself. You're going to have to really get solid with yourself. You're going to have to ask yourself the really tough questions and recognize any rationalizations or justifications that you might be making. The Hermit is, of course, incredibly wise, and he does demand action, right? He does have his little wand here in his hand. He's not just standing there. There is an active component, right? Knowledge is just knowledge, and it will never become wisdom until you put the knowledge to good use. You can read absolutely everything about a topic, but if you never experiment or actually apply it or learn from it in a real life context, it can never, ever, ever become true wisdom. So right now, Aries, you are being asked to put your knowledge to good use. And that's what we do in Capricorn season. That's what happens. We have to use what we've got. Okay, and Mercury retrograde in Capricorn is absolutely assuring that that is what happens. So what's going on environmentally? Who do you need to pay attention to? What's going on out there? We have a King of Wands. Now, a King of Wands is a beautiful inspiration for Aries. Okay, they kind of match with the fiery component here. There's a connection with desire. This is someone who is not only passionate and creative, but they are freaking go-getters when it comes to actually making it happen. They're really great delegators. They're intelligent in terms of how they deal with people and in terms of how they approach life. They don't get very scared very often. They're fearless, I would say, a King of Wands. Maybe this is someone that is in your life or that is inspiring you. Maybe it's online, whatever the case is. But I think you really like their approach. It's a really strong, masculine leadership, honorable approach. There's something really good and high quality about it. And this is actually something that can really motivate Aries to go down one of these roads. This is someone who's going to probably hash out, like I say, if you want to sit here and let your problems get amplified and magnified by Jupiter's presence, or if you want to expand and grow and evolve, this is someone who's going to probably beat that into your head a little bit. Be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? How come this is still going on? A King of Wands can be a little brutal in the way they deliver information, but I think Aries can certainly handle that kind of approach, that really direct and honest approach. Okay, I had to make sure I put in reversals. Okay. So what else comes out for Aries for January 2023? What else does Aries need to know here? We have the Two of Cups, Six of Swords. Oh, hold on. And the Devil. Hold on one second. Okay, just drop some cards. Alrighty. Well, I'm not crazy about the Two of Cups, just simply because it can mean a little bit of a breakdown of communication and either someone not understanding. And I don't think this is necessarily actually, maybe it is the King of Wands. See, the King of Wands is really going to put up a really strong boundary. And if there's something that he doesn't want to hear, he's not going to let you say it. I think this is a month where I don't think Aries is going to be able to get away with stuff. Not that you normally do. It's just stronger. You're just not going to be able to get away with stuff. You're not going to be able to really delay things either. Jupiter is not a sit around and relax kind of energy. It's a little bit more Venusian, okay? Jupiter is a get up and go. He's future focused. So Aries, yes, you will be thinking about the future like crazy. And with Mars in that third house, he wants you to go, 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 go. And your ruling planet, is going direct on the 12th of January, right? So he's just really, really close to going direct. So when Jupiter is in your sign and your ruling planet stations direct and starts changing direction, you really don't have anything other than yourself that is blocking you here. I'm looking at this Six of Swords, and it feels a little defeated to me. And I'm wondering if there is a certain circumstance in your life where you're looking at it and you're like, I'm at a loss. I don't know where else to go from here. I don't know if I can ever get more from this. The thing is that may be the case. You may not be able to continue down the same road anymore. You may have to make a giant pivot in your life. And it may require significant behavioral change. But it's not a surprise. Remember, the Hermit is wise. This is not something that's going to be entirely shocking to you. You know this. It's just a matter of doing it with the Hermit's wand. For some reason, this energy is inspirational. I'm feeling really this is a Leo card, by the way, so I'm definitely feeling the sun quality come through here. Also, we know that the lizards here, I think they're salamanders, they are full circles, meaning there's an element of completion. So this is someone who is, I'm not saying they're a perfect person, they're not perfect, but they are complete. And whatever it is you're wanting in your life, high quality relationship, high quality bank account, career, really great friends, this is someone who has all of that. It's why you can respect them. Like, you don't have to necessarily like them. You probably won't like them. Let's say that. No, you won't like them, but you respect them. And it's because you respect them that their voice really lands on you. Their message, their story. And I'm looking at that Two of Cups, and I don't think this King of Wands is someone that's going to want to hear. Sorry, let me move my microphone back. They're not going to want to hear anything other than, well, I just did these things. He doesn't even want to hear what you will do. I just did this. I just did that. I did this. I did this. I did this. He wants to know that the items are done, not that you're thinking about or contemplating doing it. Now, I'm not saying don't contemplate, because we did get the Hermit. I think the contemplation, though, really comes from thinking about your future, thinking about what you want and what's important to you. And I think it's kind of psyching you up. Like, you got to psych yourself up a lot. Two of Coins reversed. Five of Wands reversed. Okay, so with the Two of Coins reversed, there is an element here of what I like to say prioritization, where perhaps I don't want to be so hard and fast with this. I don't think this is in every area, okay? I'm not saying your life is a total disaster, because I think a lot of Aries are doing really well, okay? But I think to some degree, you've been prioritizing the wrong thing. You may have been prioritizing decisions rooted in fear with that Devil. You may have been doing things because you were afraid. And in a way, that's prioritizing the wrong thing. You are actually prioritizing the fear at that point. And with that Five of Wands reverse, it just tells me it's not going well. Three of Swords, Five of Wands. It's not producing, it's not effective, it's not getting you where you want to be, right? With that Six of Swords, there's definitely a pullback. Definitely some pullback there. And sorry, I know I'm talking so slow. I don't even know why I'm talking so slow. It just, maybe that's I'm picking up on you. It's things are just plunking along, and maybe you're getting even a little bit tired, and your mind is even going a little bit blank. That's what's happening to me right now. It's my mind is just going blank. So when you think about the future, maybe you're just feeling a little bit of a blank stare a little bit. What do you want to do for your future, Aries? I don't know. I'm kind of waiting till I get struck by lightning with an idea or an epiphany, but I'm telling you, that's not how it's going to happen. It's not going to happen in some profound, magical, biblical style kind of way. You're not going to walk out in the desert and see a burning bush and hear a voice that comes and tells you the secrets to life, right? That's not going to happen. You already have everything you need. And maybe that's why this King of Wands is so important for you in your life right now, because he's going to remind you that you already have everything you need. That's what he's going to remind you of. Now, I say he because it's a King of Wands, but it could be anybody. It might be, like I say, it may be someone that you don't even know personally that you may see online. But if you do know them personally, like I said, they're not a friend. They may be a colleague or someone. But I think this is also someone who has built themselves from nothing. They probably came from nothing. This may be a typical rags to riches kind of story. And that's why they don't really offer a lot of sympathy. And maybe Aries right now, you're kind of between worlds where you're like, I do want people to understand where I'm coming from, but I also don't want to be a victim at the same time. And maybe you're kind of caught between those two worlds there. Because chances are the reason why you're struggling with this expansion is the Three of Swords, disappointment, pain, failure from the past. Maybe you, I don't know, gave your power away in the past. Maybe you invested in something that went down to zero real quick, and maybe there are legitimate reasons why this expansion is scary for you. But just because it's scary, I don't think that's a good excuse. Let's see what else comes out. That's why the Hermit is so important, because there's clearly a lot of stuff surfacing up for you right now, right? There's like a lot that's getting stirred up, and there's a lot that you're going to have to really like. Another Seven of Wands. You're going to have to chew on and understand how this has been functioning in your life. Okay. The ultimate goal is the Sun and the Nine of Coins. So what I'm sensing here is that Aries is going to choose to do the expansion thing. Okay. And yes, you are going to have to get uncomfortable, and you're going to have to do things you've never done before. You're going to have to talk to people you've never spoken to before. You're going to have to, do a lot of things you've never done before. And even though that devil, he's kind of like a big road, like one of those big cement blocks. And like, you can't just drive through it, because if you just drive through it, you're going to completely wreck your car. All right. This is completely changing your mode of transportation altogether. Maybe you have to get out of your car, right? You pull up to that roadblock, that cement barrier, you get out of the car, you climb over it, and you just keep walking. Like, that's how different it needs to be. And maybe some of you, your acceleration is going to depend on you slowing down and starting over in a completely new modality. Maybe that's Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. Because clearly being in that car is only going to get you so far. Being in this place, being on this path is only going to get you so far. And unless you want to just sit here and have a battle with a cement block, the only choice you have is to get out. That's it. That's the only choice you have. Just get out of the car. And that's why this guy here, in a way, he's a cheerleader. It's kind of like a coach, like when you're on a sports team, yes, your coach wants you to win, and that's why he's so hard on you. And this is some good structure for Aries as well. Being Mars ruled can be a challenge, because Yes, there's a quality of honor and leadership with that Mars rulership, but Mars can also be really chaotic, similar to Mercury. It just like goes and goes and goes and here, and it likes to initiate a lot of stuff, so it's not necessarily so focused. Whereas the Sun energy of the King of Wands is more stable and consistent. Maybe that stability and consistency and that discipline, harnessing in that Mars energy a little bit, is going to be really, really important for you. And I think Mercury in Capricorn is going to help you figure out a way to do that. But this is all going to work out okay, right? With the Sun and the Nine of Coins, you're headed towards some really great financial opportunities. You're headed towards some really great creative opportunities as well. And I do think like getting out of the car and starting to drive, starting to walk. Like I say, it may not be as fast, and that could be super annoying for you, but it's only a matter of time before you find your next car and then you can get in, or the next boat maybe, or the next plane maybe, and then you can just freaking go anywhere you want, right? It's like there's so much dependence on that car, that metaphorical car, without recognizing the limitations that that car has. It can't take you everywhere you want to go, clearly, because where you're wanting to go, there's a cement block there, so what are you going to do? You can't drive around it. You know, if you fall off the cliff, kind of like, I don't know why I'm envisioning like being in the mountains. You know how those windy mountain roads, on one side there's like a cliff and on the other side there's a big mountain. So you can't just drive around it. You have to get out, okay? And if you do, I promise you a lot of success. The more different you can make your path, the more successful you're going to be. Stop banging your head against the wall here. That's not helping or serving anybody or anything. All right, we're going to pull out the clarifiers. For those of you who, for those of you who are new here, the cards I'm about to pull out are the cards we will cover in the comprehensive reading. The link will be found in the description box and the comment thread down below. And there are different options, so make sure you read thoroughly and select the option that works best for you. So let's take a look here with the Hermit. What else does Aries need to know about what the universe needs from them? Okay. Queen of Cups. Oh, another Hermit. And we have, a Four of Swords. Okay, I'm actually really liking this. This is what I mean by slowing down. You know, it's like you were trying to go so fast, but fast is not the solution. Fast is not it's not the winning strategy. This is definitely a case where the hare, right, or the turtle in the hare, or the tortoise in the hare. Tortoise? The tortoise wins. The environment, okay. Alrighty, Two of Cups reversed. What else does Aries need to know here about that? Judgment. You're certainly going to have some epiphanies. Two of Wands. Moon reversed. The Six of Swords. We have Justice. King of Coins, Three of Cups, Seven of Cups, Queen of Coins, Two of Coins reversed. Again, interesting. We have the same thing here. We have Seven of Wands again. High Priestess, and the Four of Cups. Six of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the Fool. Love the Fool for you guys. We have, a Three of Swords on Three of Swords. Not even a card in between. Five of Swords reversed. Another Eight of Cups. We have the Hierophant. The Wheel of Fortune. Five of Swords. I'm sorry, Seven of Swords. I'm sorry, seven. Another Five of Wands. Actually, that's Five of Wands, right? Yeah, five, not seven. Knight of Cups. Ooh, beautiful. The Lovers. Knight of Coins. Five of Coins. And Empress reversed. Okay, so this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. So again, if you want to join me, you are more than welcome. If not, I wish you guys an amazing January. Happy New Year. You know I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, Aries. Welcome to your astrological forecast for January 2023. So let's go ahead and delve right in here. Okay. I know this is kind of old news, but this is where I want to start, okay? As of December 20th, Jupiter came back into Aries. Now, for you, this is very exciting. I don't know that Aries really got the full breadth of Jupiter in Aries through 2022. Just because when Jupiter came in, he was already in pre-shadow phase. He was starting to slow down. But now that Jupiter has come back into Aries, he's starting to speed up. And I feel like we're getting more Jupiterian qualities from this transit. So the first 4 months of 2023 should be fairly advantageous for you, Aries. And anything that you really set your mind to in terms of business objectives or relationship paths with the relationships or any creative endeavors that you're looking to pursue, this is so beneficial for all of it. And for those of you who are dealing with any physical illness, first house does have a lot to do with the physical body. So Jupiter can absolutely take you to a place of greater health. Now, it may not mean that you officially get 100% better, but in terms of learning, right? Jupiter is all about learning and taking a higher level approach to things. And so being able to collect information and to learn from many, many different people from many cultures with many points of view, kind of taking all this information and bringing it in to help you can always be to your benefit, especially if you're dealing with something quite serious. Jupiter in the first house also may require you to use your physical body a lot, all right? Meaning, it doesn't mean you have to go do this hard physical labor all the time, but it does mean making the phone calls, right? You got to use your physical bodies to do that. It does mean sitting down to do the work. It does mean going out and reaching to people and communicating with people. You're going to have to be in your body here in order to really accomplish your goals, all right? For Aries right now, this is 100% about the doing of things. And that's great because you're very well supported in that with other things going on. Now, throughout the course of January, the 3 retrograde planets, Mercury, Mars, and Uranus, are going to be moving direct, okay? Mars goes direct on January 12th. On the 18th, Mercury goes direct. And on the 22nd, we have Uranus going direct, okay? So essentially, with Mars moving direct, I love this third house Mars energy. It is very creative. There's a lot of ideas. And with Mars with his retrograde, he sort of gave you the opportunity to sift through a lot of stuff. Now, not everyone came into a super sharp point of focus of knowing exactly what they want to do. And if that's you, that's fine. But it does at least eliminate the things that definitely are not for you. And that's also a good thing, because if you know what's not for you, then you'll be more likely to discover what is for you. And as Mars starts to go direct this month, you're going to also feel like some forward motion with a lot of things. Now, being in the third house, there's also a lot of movement here. And so if you need to make any kind of adjustments or any kind of adjustments, did I say adjustments twice? Sorry if I repeated myself. If that's the case, then this is the perfect time to do that. As we begin January, we do have Mercury retrograde up here in the 10th house. I have a sneaking suspicion that this Mercury retrograde with the Sun in Capricorn still is really asking Aries to reevaluate some important things about their career choices, okay? And you may have options with Mars in the third house and Jupiter in the first. You may have new options arising and opening up for you. And you're going to have to really step back and say, do I want to stick with my old thing or do I really want to lean into my new thing? Because if this new thing can do well, then maybe I can leave the past behind and finally move on. There could also be some, let's say you work at a big corporation and you are not interested in moving on. Maybe you're very happy with your job, so this could be an implementation of new systems. It could be an implementation of new employees, restructuring a department, all that kind of thing. And likely it would be highly advantageous to do those things at this particular time. If there's a project or a client pitch or some kind of a product stack that you're working on, now would be a good time to go in and reevaluate and say, okay, is this really what I want to be offering? Is this how it needs to be structured? Is this how my funnel is going to work, or whatever the logistics are? Logistics right now is a fantastic thing to focus on, all right, for you, Aries, specifically. So logistics in all areas. So how things work, creating greater degrees of efficiency and efficacy, simply for the fact that you want your life to run better, right? You want your money to come in easier. You want communication to be easier. You want fewer disruptions, okay? And then last but not least, on the 22nd, we have Uranus stationing direct as well. And I know that, with this second house Taurus stuff, and I'm calling it my portal, right? North Node Uranus conjunction, which has been happening since the very, very beginning of August, since really July 31st, August 1st. That particular conjunction is now finally separating after all this time, right? It's been like a little less than 6 months since this conjunction has been in place. And I've been calling it a portal because it is this very specific and defined period of time wherewith we have the opportunity to make massive adjustments in an area that may feel a little bit stuck. Okay, so with Taurus, this could be anything from your finances or your financial situation. Maybe you felt like you reached some kind of a cap and you haven't really been able to break past that ceiling. Well, likely an idea, at least an idea. If you haven't done anything with it, that's fine. But at least an idea or an option has come in to help you to break that ceiling, okay? This could also have a lot to do with your sense of self-worth. So if you have been struggling a lot with your self-worth, chances are you are like, right, chances are you've likely had a breakthrough in that area. Maybe even just getting tired of feeling not worthy or tired of feeling like you don't deserve something. But even just like one little perspective shift. If that's all that happened in that 5-6 month period of time was just a perspective shift, I guarantee you that in the months and years to come, this was a pivotal moment for you. And it was really important that you had that perspective shift, because that perspective shift is going to cause you to make new types of choices that is going to effectively create a completely different life. Okay? We also have this full moon happening in Cancer, which is down here in your 4th house. Now, this moon is a special moon. Not only is the moon in rulership here, but It's the first time that the moon has been full without any conjunction of a heavy planet, right? Back in July, since Cancer season, it was conjunct Pluto, then it was conjunct Saturn, then it was Neptune, then Chiron, then the eclipse conjunct Uranus, and then it was conjunct Mars. So this is the first full moon where she's really not, it's at 16 degrees, and she's not really making any super significant aspects. I mean, obviously she's in opposition with the sun. And then the only other really exciting one is that she's in a beautiful sextile with Uranus. So this moon truly is about revolution and change and freedom, but also with the Cancerian envelope being safe to do so, right? Sometimes like we have these freedom urges and we want to like go do all these incredible things, but it's scary, so we don't. We're afraid of the outcome. We don't know if it's going to work out. But the Cancer full moon is here to say you are safe. You are safe, you are secure, and there's really no reason not to. Okay? Venus comes into Aquarius. This is actually the very first transit that happens in January. On January 2nd, Venus comes into Aquarius. I will tell you, Aries, that your professional network and the people with whom you associate personally, but also especially professionally, is going to become a point of focus over the next couple of months, throughout January and February as we make our way through Aquarius season. Some of you might be doing some pretty significant online stuff with the 11th house and the 3rd house stuff going on. If that is it, by all means, please put all your energy into it. I think you're very well supported for that. Online community or person to person in real life community. I think this is a little bit more maybe professional rather than personal for most of you. But either way, personal can always translate into professional and professional can always translate into personal. So there's not necessarily a defined boundary there. But I do think you're well supported to go out there and make incredible contacts or build a great community or start associating or affiliating with a great community. So please do not turn your back on that aspect of life. I know having Saturn coming through this 11th house has made it not very welcoming, right? To go out and to be a part of something or whatever the case. There's a lot of resistance there for many Aries. But I think it's time for you to really get back into the community now, especially you're going to start feeling more and more like the warmth. It's going to start warming up for you throughout the wintry months, Northern Hemisphere, wintry months, as Saturn prepares to enter into Pisces. Okay? All right, Aries, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much. You guys know I love you. Have an amazing January, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.